You're saying you're our daughter,
Yep, from the future.
named Nora?
After your mother. Kinda stuck here now. Anybody know what to do?
My whole life's been out of order. Nora shouldn't be here.
Ugh, these computers are even slower than the ones at the Flash Museum.
Did you say Flash Museum?
Yeah, I've studied everything.
This man is hiding in the shadows.
You guys beat him. At least you were supposed to.
The timeline changed. We need to send her home.
But you guys have such a strong connection.
In the future, what happens to me?
What is that sound? Barry? Who's there?
I don't know.
If we don't stop this, Central City's gonna be a war zone.
I'm sorry. I guess things don't always go the way you plan them.
Hey everybody, happy New York Comic Con week. We got surprise new Flash footage. They finally reveal the Flash Museum. I knew they were doing all the things this season. These computers are slower than the ones at the Flash Museum. Like apparently, she still thinks that the Flash Museum, even though it's super advanced in the future, has super slow computers. There's a new round of that DC streaming service giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a Flash-related comment on the video. The big thing here is they're teasing the war that's going to erupt over what Cicada is doing in Central City, and Nora just apologizing, then filling in some backstory. You literally see how clingy she is to Barry. You see Cisco lose his powers. Like, this is actually probably what's going on because he's facing Cicada with the lightning bolt speed force dagger. So when he clutches his hand and they're all like, what's that sound? What's going on? And you hear that raspy breathing. It's almost like angry helicopter breathing with the way that it rattles. Like if you've seen any of the Predator movies, the way the Predator makes that crackling sound when it gets really angry, that's kind of the sound that Cicada is making through his respirator that he wears when he's wearing his costume. I guess you could think of Cicada as kind of like the Predator since he's going after metas one at a time. The way they cut it is a little misleading too. When they start hyping Cicada going after everyone, like they really want you to think that he's going to kill Joe this season. Remember Nora's conversation with Joe and Cecile last season? Like, enjoy the time you have while you have it, implying that they would be dead in the future. They said that Barry would be doing more classic CSI work. You see him doing a little bit of that here. He does that every day. That's his normal job when he's not the Flash. So they've just chosen not to show that the last couple of seasons. I love the way that Nora talks about the Flash Museum too. If you guys didn't know, it's created in the not too distant future. In the comics, it's around while Barry and everyone else is alive. It's featured prominently in the Flash Rebirth book, so it's not like it's something that isn't created till the vastly distant future. So it would have been built when Nora was a little girl, because you have to imagine that she is born sometime in the last season or two of The Flash. The reason why she's joking about how slow the computers are here compared to the already slow computers in the Flash Museum is because she travels from 30 years in the future. So like, how fast is your iPhone now compared to a phone from say like 4 years ago? It's vastly more powerful. So you just have to imagine that in Nora's present day, the computer technology is crazy, crazy fast. So obviously the Flash Museum has old technology that the Flash collected while he was being the Flash. So it'd be like you trying to go use an original Macintosh from the 80s. It'd just be super slow. That's why I'm hoping that in the 100th episode anniversary, we actually get to flash forward or travel to the future briefly to see the Flash Museum in the flesh and give Barry some teasers about what's going to come. Remember at the end of season 1 when Barry traveled back to try and save his mother and you got all those teasers for Killer Frost, then the Flash Museum? The easiest way for them to do that again with even more teasers for stuff to come is to give you a vision of the Flash Museum and then you just see stuff in the background. Like you see more rogue costumes, you see technology. Barry maybe with the Justice League, like you see Oliver, you see Superman, them all teamed up. So just a way to get you hype for things that they're intending on doing in future seasons. Doesn't necessarily have to be teasers for stuff that they're going to pay off right away. Because we learned about Flash Museum at the end of season 1. Nor here in the trailer for season 5 episode 1 is the second time that they mention Flash Museum. So think about how much time passes before they pay certain things off. There is a growing conspiracy theory that still thinks that Nora is fake and she's pretending to be Barry's daughter and she's really someone else like the Reverse Flash or even his granddaughter from further in the future, I have not seen compelling enough footage or evidence to back those theories yet. Like, look at her face when she's clinging to him here and screaming, "Dad." The way they pitch the show is kind of twisty, but I don't think it's that twisty. Like, they want to give you this awesome payoff. Barry says, "My life has always been out of order." Like, he's literally meeting his daughter before they even conceive her. They just got married. They joked a little bit about having kids at the end of season 4. Like Iris says, one day it'll be our turn. Then knock, knock, knock. Coincidence, just as they're mentioning having a child, their child knocks on the door. You get a whole bunch more footage of Cicada just looking really menacing, standing out over the horizon of the city. They make it a little bit clear that he lost one of his children because he holds up some of their clothing. I love the fact that they put Barry's tachyon device on Nora to try and get her back to the future. It's probably relatively early in the process of them trying to figure out what to do with her because she says, "I'm kind of stuck here now. Do any of you have any ideas?" Barry's probably like, "Well, I've met a few speedsters from the future that have been stuck here in the present. They used a couple different ways to get back to the future, so we'll try what we did before." So he's doing the Reverse Flash thing. And again, a lot of people still finding Reverse Flash Easter eggs in here. I still don't think that it's a fake version of Reverse Flash pretending to be Nora just because of the lengths they're going to with the color of her lightning. Like, remember last season when they did Iris with the purple lightning, Barry's lightning was always a little bit lighter shade. I mean, it wasn't yellow. Wally's was closer to yellow. They just really want you to think that she's the combination of two different people, Iris and Barry, so that's why she has two different colors of lightning. There's just a lot of visual clues they're trying to give people that don't read comics. That's why it's so different from the Tornado Twins of the comics. But I know you're all still holding out hope that there's a twin brother in the future somewhere because they're changing the timeline so much. Anything is possible. Also love the fact that she tells Barry about him dying in the future. Flash vanishes in Crisis. Now, Barry probably has been reading this newspaper for the past 5 years, knowing what it says, but not really understanding what happens. Also remember the big Easter egg here. This is obviously written by Iris, but the Central City Citizen is what Iris's blog is. So she's going to turn that into a legit big newspaper in the future, big news organization. So it's more of them pushing her in the Lois Lane direction, which is a little more comic book accurate, which I think people have wanted in the past. There's a couple flashes of Killer Frost, just reminding you that they're going to be paying that off. I've already done a couple videos about her and the character that they've cast to play her father, who sounds like he's going to be Icicle. Then just a reminder that this is dropping next week. So The Flash is back Tuesday nights. Next week, obviously, I'll do videos like I've done in previous seasons. Post all your reactions in the comments below. Say your prayers for Cisco because he's going to go back to being regular Cisco. 99% sure that this is him losing his powers. Post all your theories in the comments. What's happening tonight is Mark Ruffalo is going on Jimmy Fallon to accidentally, quote unquote, but totally on purpose, spoil something for Avengers 4. He might be revealing the title, so whatever it is that Marvel is letting him spoil, I will totally do a video for that next. Click here to rewatch that extended Aquaman trailer, and click here for my non-spoilery Venom review. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.